The 2026 FIFA World Cup is less than a month away, and this is potentially going to be the biggest World Cup because right now it's in America, and it's going to bring a whole new audience to soccer. Oh, no, soccer is football.
This is football, there's no question about it. We have to come up with another name for the NFL stuff.
Yeah, get that straight. It's football, not soccer. So why should crypto people care about it? World Cup is always a fascinating event for crypto, for meme coins, for fan tokens, but right now more than ever because there's a lot of speculative things happening. There is prediction markets is happening in the US, the meme central of the crypto world right now. And Trump, our beloved Trump, is gonna be a big part of the World Cup. So expect meme coins, expect fan tokens, expect prediction markets, expect a lot of liquidity getting into altcoins, not Ethereum, but other altcoins. We're gonna give you all the World Cup alpha, how you can potentially leverage for some crypto gains and for some speculative, trades. Let's get onto it. Al, World Cup, what's your alpha?
Okay, so the most important alpha is obviously that it's coming home. Come on, England.
Come on, England!
Come on.
The economic impact of this cannot be understated. Because it's in America, all the pubs will stay open late in England. So there'll be people spending money on beer and chicken wings and, maybe some chips if you're vegetarian.
Vegan sausage rolls.
Whatever. But the fact is, this is going to be the biggest World Cup ever. The previous one, something like 5 billion people engaged with the World Cup in some way, right? Imagine if each of those people spent on average $10 now on a prediction market bet or on crypto, right? Because we know they're spending on other stuff. A percentage of that number is going to come on chain, possibly for the first time, most likely on Solana or Polymarket, right? Or Cowshy, right? What chain is Cowshy on? I don't actually know. They've started doing on-chain stuff, haven't they? Is that Solana? I think it might be Solana. We'll check that. Anyway, this is very exciting. It's got the most teams, the most games, and therefore the biggest possible chance of meme-worthy moments, massive, heartbreaking 10-0 scores at full time. It's going to be so exciting. I love watching it. And now I will love sending my mates contract addresses of fan tokens on Solana.
Absolutely. And when you talk about fan tokens, here are what to watch. I would say, look, there is no one fan token you can buy and hope for it to explode during the World Cup. It's not going to happen. World Cup is going to be very volatile. Some tokens going to pump straight away, then dump straight away, crash and burn. So there's a very, very limited window for you to make your trade. Now, before I go into this, caution, this is not financial advice. This is very speculative. This is very volatile. So if you're not into that, those risks, tune off. This is not for you potentially. But if you're into those, I would say, okay, not all of your funds. If you're going to be trading on our World Cup, allocate a percentage of your crypto investment into that play and prepare to lose it, of course. But here's how you can spot the best fan tokens early. I would say potentially avoid group stages. Group stages are volatile. Not everything can happen. Start around the knockouts, quarterfinal, semis, and that's when you get the small bracket of team. Let's say England qualifies for the quarterfinals. I don't think it will, but let's say England, the Lions. Going to the quarterfinals, Brazil, Argentina, France, blah, blah, blah. All of these teams have a fan token. If you look at CoinGecko, they also have fan tokens. And it would be good to put a basket of funds into those tokens and kind of, play your chips early. Okay, if potentially Argentina or England goes into the semifinals, their token is gonna go up. If they lose, their token is gonna go down. That's how the speculative pay kind of happens around crypto. So watch out for those early predictions about which kind of which kind of team is potentially going into the knockouts, who has the chances to qualify, who has the best teams. If you think about that, and then you can put some liquidity or funds into their fan tokens. Of course, a lot of the fan tokens are available on safe centralized exchanges. You can, whichever exchange you use, you can always have a look at that. Now, if you are not the guy to look into specific team coins, maybe you can look into some of the umbrella ones. For example, Chiliz is a good example. They are a fan token ecosystem. So a lot of the specific team is like Arsenal fan token, PSG fan tokens, all national team fan tokens. They come out of the Chiliz ecosystem, and Chiliz have a token as well. So I'm not saying it's going to go to the moon, but that's going to be some kind of good positive uptick around Chiliz during the World Cup. It always has a good record. So that's the ecosystem to get involved with, potentially Chiliz. If you're a meme coin fan, L has a nice alpha for you. If you're a pump.fun fan, L has a nice alpha for you.
So the infrastructure play, the ecosystem play is important. It's not a done deal. It doesn't mean you guaranteed returns. Remember the ill-fated Algorand NFT collection. I mean, God knows how much they paid to get the official FIFA NFTs on Algorand, a dead chain that went nowhere. However, Pump.fun, we know, is one of the biggest revenue generators on Solana. It is too big to fail, frankly. Lots of the tokens within it will fail, but as a platform, it won't. And they have released the official World Cup coins hub, right, that has a central World Cup coin that just came out literally a few days ago. It's already, I could check right now, 2.4 million market cap, 2 million daily volume. Daily volume is such a lovely metric to look at. Forget the current market cap. Look at the volume. If there's a low cap, high volume token, that's your guy. That's what you want. So World Cup coins helps you aggregate each squad across the board, and it shows you the current market cap and the current trading volume of every team. Happy to say England right now is number 5, above your chosen Brazil by 1K market cap, mate. What this does is it just makes it easy for you to access these opportunities. If you know, or you have a strong feeling that a team's going to perform very well, very badly, you can go and get some or get out of some. Now, the central coin, 50% of the fees from the other coins are used to buy and burn the central coin. So it makes sense to hold some of the central coin and then the teams you support as well, so that you've got a double upside opportunity. Again, nothing is guaranteed. However, as Mo says, as the traction towards the World Cup grows, naturally, some of that activity, some of that liquidity is just going to splattergun all over Solana. And, the more meme coins you have, it's like lottery tickets. You're more likely to win. Doesn't mean you're going to win. You're just more likely to. So that is good fun. Check that out. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is, I can't remember what year it is, but I remember, when the moth landed on Ronaldo? Do you remember what year that was?
Oh, no. I think it was last year.
Last year? No way. It was a long time ago.
Oh, no. It was during the Euros, I think. Couple sessions back.
Yeah.
It was during the Euros when Portugal actually won.
So I remember immediately someone builds a Twitter account called Ronaldo's Moth, gets millions of followers. Like, imagine if that had been an on-chain meme coin where someone on pump.fun can just instantly generate one. And one of the things I would tell everyone to do, just for fun, just as discovery, with no expectation of financial gain, when there's a meme-worthy moment, like a moth landing on a player or someone just doing something funny, just head to Dex Screener, head to Dex Tools or any of the aggregators of new coins, Pump.fun itself, right, the launch pads, and just see if people are making these meme coins. Try and capture that moment as it happens, and it is happening, not after the event. If you're a day late or two, remember Peanut the squirrel, right? Like, these meme coins have huge potential, and you've got to act fast. And frankly, if you're on the phone, like the Solana Seeker, shout out the Seeker, and you're on chain, you can react in seconds, in a couple of clicks, and that's so important. There's no, having to withdraw from Coinbase and waiting for ages. You could just be on chain in a few clicks, you can get exposure to a new meme coin and enjoy massive rips. So the World Cup is going to be full of opportunity, and that opportunity is starting now. The tournament is a month away, right? 13th of June, so just under a month. I think that's when it starts. So we can start building momentum now. We can get positioned now. And if you want to de-risk your strategy, if you're in Sol anyway, or if you've been following CryptoManiaks for any period of time, you'll know we talk about passive income. You could just take your daily income from your passive gains and put them into the World Cup. So you're totally de-risked. You know, we're not saying you have to go all in on this. You could just take your staking rewards or convert an airdrop into World Cup funds. You do whatever you want. But the fact is, this is going to be fun and potentially rewarding, and we'll be doing it too. And we'll share any alpha that we find. One thing to look for that we haven't seen yet is the announcement of major crypto-related sponsors of the World Cup or individual teams within the World Cup. So keep an eye on that, because that will be buy the rumor, sell the news. If we hear there's going to be a huge sponsorship announcement, you've got to have your finger on the pulse and be ready.
Absolutely. And look, I'm going to end with one remark. You know, pump.fun is going to be huge around the World Cup. Keep your eye on pump.fun. If you're a football fan, if you're following every single game, there's going to be so many meme-worthy moments in the World Cup. Why not create a meme coin yourself on pump.fun and see if people buy it, you know? That's going to be something to watch out for if you're a 24/7, you know, the guy that watches all the social media and the football games and everything. So, yeah, man, pump.fun is one to watch. Fan tokens, the Chiliz ecosystem, these are all the alphas around the World Cup. It's going to be huge. It's going to be a lot of volatility. Stay safe, of course. Don't take too much risk. It's just speculative play. Treat it like that. And yeah, for more alpha, follow us on CryptoManiacs so you don't get wrecked.
Amazing. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.